What's up? I'm just here doing the things. I'm a little early on purpose. I'm gonna try to share everything on Facebook. What's up? Nice. That's gonna need to be muted. I'm just here. What's up? This is also gonna need to be muted. I'm just here. All of the things. All right. Copy. Welcome everybody. Welcome. This is David Harden with HTPS Houston, Texas Paintball Series. Here to talk about the core sample 3-man open details. We're going to let people flood in. I'm going to share everything on Facebook so we know everybody can join. And we'll do that right now. Say hi in the chat if you are here. I see 4 people watching. Creepers. Yo. G-Town Golf says, I'm here. G.D. Jones Paintball says, yo. Lupe's always in the chat. How's it going, Lupe? All right, link is in that Facebook. We got some people watching. It's almost time. Let me get my notes because, notes. All right, while we're waiting, what everybody think about that Mid-Atlantic Open layout? That snake looks interesting. The D side looks straightforward. I think a lot of people are going to be pushing D side. The center is all over the place, even though it's in the center. So let's see here. What am I doing? Just doing 30 things at once, doing David stuff. Doing David stuff. Says snake is wild. Same as Texas. I don't know what that means. Are you saying that the layout is the same as Texas? It looks a little different. There might be some similarities, but it's a little different. All right. Let me make sure I get myself into the frame because I am notoriously bad for that. I need to get that ring light, you know what I'm saying? Get that ring light, get the lighting up in here good, and give me a nice little little microphone, so I can talk to you better. I think everybody seems to be able to talk to me or listen to me very well, hear what I'm saying, even though I fumble over my words most of the time. Lupe says it's the same push. I mean, it's possible. It's a thing. It's yeah. So, before we get started, shout out to uh, Texas Cyclones. They're practicing this weekend to go to Mid Atlantic, and all of the Houston players and or other teams that are going to Mid Atlantic Open, aka Chicago. No, Philly. Philly. That's it. It's Philly. So much paintball. So much paintball. All right. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. I am going to talk a lot so people can refer back to this stream if they have any additional questions. For the most part, a lot of this stuff's going to be reiterated at the captain's meeting, which I'll talk about later. But I have personally ran across, met things with newer players. So I know we have a lot of brand new rookie players, a lot of D5 players this is their first tournament, and this is what we love to see. We love to see new people come out and play. And so we appreciate you guys, and this is again why we put on these tournaments, right? Something that you can do local. You can come play with your friends, you grab a couple of buddies, and you can be playing a tournament. So so let's talk about it. Core Sample Open. This is a 3-man event. That basically means 3 people per side. We are going back to Texas Legends Paintball in Conroe. Shout out to Ryan McCall, owner operator out there. He has done an amazing job with hosting us before, and we're going back. And so we're just going to go over details about how the day is going to progress. For all of the new people, this is something that you can refer to for in the future. This goes for us most of the time. If there's any kind of changes, we usually reach out to teams beforehand, but things pretty much end up being the same way, right? This also lends its way to other tournaments as well. Larger, more regional, maybe national tournaments that you go to. What you'll find is there's a general registration or sign up area that you go to. You get your ID for that specific league. You have to bring information to prove that you are who you are. You get paint. You get any other materials or anything like that. There's a captain's meeting so that you can go over any questions that you may have, especially for the newer players. And then games tend to start. It's a most of the day kind of situation. So that being said, we have gates opening at 6 a.m. I know that there aren't official lockout gates at Legends, so people have slept there before for some reason. I don't know why. But gates open at 6. Registration opens at 6:30. This is where you can pick up your ID. This is where you can sign in for the event, sign waivers for the specific field. You can buy paint at this area. You can ask questions at this area, all of this stuff, right? Registration is at 6:30 a.m. We generally have a captain's meeting at 6:30. I will have Cliff Shivers and Tyson Williams with me. These two gentlemen are I guess they're equally my second hand. That's weird to say. These guys help out a lot. They get teams together. They run around and grab things as we need, help things run very smoothly at the events. They will be showing, they'll be showing up with a shirt similar to this. I actually have one. So if you actually see someone with a shirt, so I can see what I'm doing. Come on, I'm trying to do things, Zoom. So if they got an HTPS shirt like this, it has staff on the back. You can ask questions of that person. You can pull them aside, ask them questions like, hey, why is this the way that it is? And if they can't explicitly answer it, they can find somebody who can. All of it usually filters up to me. So I usually walk around and talk all day. Yay me. So yeah, captain's meeting at 6:30. We'll talk about what we're going to go through in terms of how the day's going to progress. And I'll reiterate that at the captain's meeting, and then there are any questions that you may have as a newer player, and we'll kind of go from there. So games start at 8 a.m. We are using both fields at Texas Legends Paintball. They have a front and a back field. And basically you'll want to make sure that you set up in a scenario. I want to say that I have D4 and D5. And D5 is split actually throughout the day. So D4 and D5 are in the front field, which we calling the outlaw field. And then the pro-ish field is in the back. That'll be for the rookies and D5, or the second half of D5 rather. And you're mixed up throughout the day, right? So you're not like all of D4s in the morning or all D5s in the morning or anything like that. You're kind of intertwined with each other to give you time between matches, and kind of go from there, right? Just a reminder, I am the water police. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot, and it's going to be hot. So make sure that you drink water throughout the week. I would suggest drinking or starting drinking water if you haven't already. We'll have water. I'll probably put it in a central location where people can kind of grab it if they need to grab something quick. But water is going to be your best friend. Make sure you're supplementing that with something like a Gatorade or some sort of like electrolyte mix. I know everybody uses like the liquid IV ones. Stay hydrated throughout the day. It's going to be hot. So it is an event paint only. So basically we supply the paint. You'll buy directly from us as the league. Any outside paint is not permitted. And if you are found with outside paint, you will immediately be disqualified and asked to go home. For the newer players, I want to make sure that you understand this includes any paint that you may have in your hopper from the previous week, any paint that you have in pods from previous weeks, whatever the situation is. Make sure you get rid of all of that. We have fresh paint for you to use. It is tournament grade paint. I got a surprise for you guys for this 3-man event rather, on the paint. And so I mean, it shoots great. It's amazing. I don't know why you want to use Wico's paint to play an event, but you know, people try to get away with it. So that being said, for our newer players, make sure that you have long sleeve shirts and full length pants. No shorts are allowed, and no like short length jerseys or anything like that, like short sleeve shirts or cutoffs or tank tops or anything like that. That is not permitted. You have to have long sleeves and pants. If you are a throw together team and you don't have a jersey, you can always go to Pro Edge Paintball. They're open tomorrow, Saturday. Or you can do like everyone else does. They go to Walmart, or I almost said Kmart. You can go to Walmart or anywhere like that and just get light colored long sleeve shirts, and that'll work as well, right? There are 2 layers max, so you can have 2 headbands on. You can have an undershirt on in your jersey. You can have your pads on and your pants. You cannot do something like 2 headbands and a beanie. You can do the beanie and the headband mix kind of situation, but you can't be like undershirt, padding for your, like the padded shirt, then you have your jersey on top of that. Um, you know, that runs into issues and things like that. And so um make sure that you have the 2 layers max kind of situation, right? Chin straps will be required. Make sure that if you do not have one, again, you can always reach out to Pro Edge Paintball. They have some available. Um, where am I at? Where am I at? And most masks have them anyway, right? Um, Bull is asking NXL rules. Kind of, and that's kind of what I want to go over. I'm getting there. We do things a little different on our 3-mans, so I'll go over that from here. So, when you check in the morning, um, make sure that you have a valid state ID. It can be a state ID, it can be a driver's license, it can be out of state as long as it matches your name on your APPA profile. Um, Also, it is a picture of you, right? So we have to match all of that up to give you your IDs. For people who are not of age to have a state ID, a birth certificate along with a guardian is required for you to pick it up. Or for students who are in, say, I think middle school has it or high school, some of them have school IDs with your name printed on it as well as a photo of you. That will work as well. Anything outside of that will not. You will be turned away at registration if you do not bring this information. We will, if your guardian is available, like not available, but if they're there with you, anyone under 18, we will take a picture of your birth certificate if you don't want to bring it, right? Um, Also, I know they have the little versions of them, like the little pocket-sized versions. You can bring those as well too, right? Um, so at registration as well, if you come and somebody is not going to make it, please let us know and we can remove them from the roster. We've already had people ask about adding people to the roster the day of, and we can do that as well. There is an additional fee. It is $20 to add someone to the roster, and they will need to have already paid for or pay for an ID for the league. Obviously, they need an APPA account, and they'll still need the same thing: the state ID, driver's license, birth certificate to get everything settled from there, right? So let's get into game details. What's Bull asking here? Color paint or prohibited color? It's a surprise, Bull. It's a surprise. Let's just say it's bright. Let's just say it's bright. So games, we will be doing 3-man. So the way this will work and break down, they are 4-minute games. You'll have 3 people on the field on each side. You know, so 3 people on your team will come on. Some people only have 3 people, so that works out. You'll go to the side that we designate for you, either home or away. Usually, if we call your name first, you will go to the home side. We call your name second, you go to the other side. We go off of a buzzer. So once you hear the buzzer go off, simultaneously, our referees will have their hands up, usually like this, like a touchdown kind of motion. Once they drop their hands, usually simultaneously with the buzzer going off, that's when the match will start. So in order to win, you'll need to hang the physical flag that's in the center of the field on the opposing team's gate. So don't get turned around and try to hang it on your side, because we'll just look at you crazy and we'll laugh at you. No forbidden color means we can wear bright anything. I mean, if you want to glow like a glow stick, by all means. I don't know why you would want to do that. Glow in the dark. Anyway. So within the 4-minute time frame, if there is no discernible winner, either no one hung the flag, or there's some sort of stalemate, or everybody dies, like there's trades out or whatever situations, we do not do ties in prelims. And so what will happen is those teams will come off. They will get paint if needed. They will come back on the field and they will immediately do a one-on-one to determine who's the winner of that particular match. So, and then with that in mind, you will start on the same side that you came in on that particular match as well. So if you came in on the home side, you do a one-on-one, then you'll go on that same side if you are in that overtime or one-on-one situation, right? D4 is going to work a little different than the rest of the divisions this event. So we've got 8 teams in D4, and I think like 14 D5 and 17 rookie teams, which is great. So D4 prelims are race to 2 off the bat. You guys have been playing long enough. You should know what that is, but I'll explain it for the other guys as well. Essentially, it's best 2 out of 3. And this is only for D4, only for prelims for them, right? D5 and rookie, this doesn't apply to you. D5 and rookie will play round robin in the prelims. And what that means is you will play one team one time. You'll play a maximum of 8 games in prelims, and they are randomized with the amount of teams that we have available. So you won't actually play everyone in that division. You'll play 8 random teams, say in D5, you'll play 8 of the 14 teams in that division, right? Once everyone gets out of their prelims, we'll all go to a race to 2 format, which will basically be best 2 out of 3. So what that ends up being is you'll play the same team up to 2 times. If you win a point and then you come back off and then they win a point, then you're tied. What will happen is you will play a 3rd point to determine the winner. If that 3rd point ends in a stalemate, either nobody hangs the flag or time runs out, then we will subsequently go to the one-on-ones, and we are very big on our one-on-ones for 3-man. So it's great, it's fun, it's a way to kind of mitigate well, I got 4 wins, 3 losses, and a tie, or 2 ties and 3 losses, whatever the situation is, right? And then like losing to the tie and losing the time and stuff like that. This actually definitively says, regardless of what the time would be, you've won that match. So, it gives us an immediate win on that particular point, and we can go from there. So what are these questions? Bull's asking, what about when the buzzer goes off close together? So both of our scorekeepers will be up at the top. They have like a canopy. Can't think of the name I'm trying to get out. Is like it's just like a structure at the top, and they're above everybody, right? And so what will happen in that instance is those 2 people can coordinate with each other, and if the buzzers will start to go off close to each other, we will adjust to where one side will go first and then the other side can go right after, kind of situation. So yeah, we'll keep track of that. Again, like I said, Cliff and Tyson will be around to make sure that we keep on top of that. Let's see here. So after prelims, we'll calculate scores and determine who moves on to the finals, right? But for those who don't make it, don't fret, as they say. What I want to do is what I always do is I do a giveaway, right? We have like small prizes and things like that we throw over the netting, and then people kind of stand in the area where things fall and they get free things. So everyone's welcome. And when I say everyone, that excludes all staff, all referees, anything like that, right? Little kids are welcome. Anybody like that is welcome. We do ask that the little kids be up to the front and that you don't jump on them, because if you haven't been there before, giveaways get pretty ridiculous. Don't hurt yourself. So D4 will go straight to semis. So top 4 will move on. D5 and rookie, top 8 will move on. So you'll go to quarters, and then semis and finals from there. We will play it out for third and fourth because there is a winnable set of prizes. So you'll play it out for who wins third and fourth. You can't really seed it that way. And that's pretty much how the day will go, right? And so with both fields running, everybody should be kind of wrapping up about like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Usually for three mans, time goes quicker than what you're allotted. So if you actually come in and you say, well, I've got a game at 8 a.m. and then I got a game at 8:30, then I got a game at 9:15. I'm just throwing out times right there, right? Don't adhere to that specific time except for the very first game of the day, right? So these games go 4 minutes, but if it only takes, the next three matches, 2.5, maybe 1 minute to get through the game, those games tend to go faster. So if your next game isn't until 8:30, make sure you're listening for your name. We'll be reaching out, we'll be, trying to find people and calling your name to let you know who's coming up next. But don't go too far. Don't say, okay, well, I got 30 minutes. Let me go down the street and grab something to drink kind of situation, because you could be coming up fairly quick. It's not that 30 minutes. It could be as lower as say 10, 15. So, but yeah, so that's how we're gonna run the day. Like I said, I'm doing this so that everybody can have something to refer back to, um, and things like that. Um, and so let me show you some things. I want to shout out some people, um, and just so that everybody understands. So again, three man, there are no actual buttons to press to win the game. You have to hang a physical flag. Uh, 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 uh. I can't see, but I got it in there. This flag hangs on a cone in the middle of the field, and you grab this guy, take it off the cone, tap it on the opposing team side, and that's how you'll gain your point, right? Um, so that you're not mixed up or anything like that. Let me see here. Yes. Um, so yeah, hang the flag. There's a question here. Hold on. Can we pick up our IDs on Saturday, or do we have to do it Sunday morning? You'll have to do it Sunday morning. I usually get about 3 people that ask me, "Can I pick my stuff up on Saturday?" And then I take time out of my day and bring all the stuff down and all of the IDs and stuff like that, and then like one person shows up, and I'm just like, well, I waited for 2 hours and no one showed up, and so no. So usually, it'll just be the day of the event, which is just Sunday only, and then we have enough staff to kind of rotate things out to the point where we're not holding people back. The only thing that holds people back is people not paying for IDs on time, not having your picture up on your profile in time. So we have to take a picture at the event. We've got to then go into the system and apply that picture to your profile. We've got to print it out, all of these things, right? And so those things take time. So everyone who's listening, anyone who watches before tomorrow evening, make sure that you pay for your ID, tell your teammates, even tell your opponents. I mean, all of those things. It gets kind of hectic. I mean, it could be anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour for you waiting. Like you're already waiting in line to check in and stuff like that. And then for you to get up there and go, oh, well, I didn't pay. Okay, well, now you got to get in another line. Okay, well, now I pay. What do I do? Well, you don't have a picture. So now you got to come over here and you got to wait in the line for that. And okay, well, I'm worried about getting people who have their IDs and stuff like that. So make sure that you get all of that stuff taken care of ahead of time, so that it's a smooth transition and you're ready to go on Sunday. You're not frantic trying to go into your first game. Um, let's see here. Sounds good. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. So let's see. Notes. So I got some more things. So I want to do some shout outs. I want to shout out some PayPal. So first, I want to shout out one of our largest sponsors, John Jackson at Pro Edge Paintball. He is the largest store in Houston. He can, if you're not in Houston, he ships next same day and usually gets there in a couple of days, depending on how far away you live. I wouldn't imagine that Hawaii would be next day, but you know what I mean. They do an excellent job there, excellent customer service. Those guys are super knowledgeable down there. They have a pod deal going on right now. If you mention HTPS, if you go into the store, you get 20 pods for $50. Was an excellent deal. The price of pods are getting to be astronomical at this point, and so they're doing this deal specifically for you guys for HTPS. And so 20 pods for $50. So for newer teams, that should be an amazing amount of pods for a 3-man for you to have pods that go in. Say you don't have specific pods for specific people, or you only got a couple, or whatever the situation is. So they're running that deal. Go see John and the guys at Pro Edge Paintball. They're in, is that Cypress? I can't remember, but they're off for $290. That shop's been there forever. John's been there for, don't kill me, John. Don't kill me. But I think they've been there for 13 years. So they have a reputation of great customer service and reliability, and they take care of everybody there, right? And they have everything too. So they got guns you can buy, brand new guns. They've got the pods, they've got pod swabs, they've got caddies, they've got barrel covers, chin straps, anything you want. It's a full store. So if you're missing anything, especially for people who are coming out of town, they're open tomorrow. You can stop by and get what you need. Again, shout out to Ryan McCall at Texas Legends Paintball. He's running a Father's Day special next week, which is Father's Day, just in case anyone wanted to know. All fathers will get free entry or free rental with a purchase of paint, right? And so if you have your own equipment, you just come in, you get free entry if you buy paint. If you want to bring some newer people in, say, somebody came out and watched you this weekend and they want to try paintball for the first time, they can come in. Obviously, they need to be a father. And they'll get free entry, and then the rental and the paint and stuff like that will be part of the purchase. So shout out to Ryan again. I want to shout out High Stakes Paintball, or High Stakes PB on Instagram. I think it's highstakespb.com as well. So they actually do limited runs of apparel. They do custom designs for headbands, joggers. They do a lot of stuff like that, right? And so I think they're sponsoring Austin Notorious for their headbands and stuff like that. And so what's really cool about them is that they do limited runs, but they source the material from different parts of, or different regions of the world, right? So they actually shipped us out some, and I don't have a picture to actually show. I'll shout them out on Instagram, but they source the material from Africa. It has a full African design on it. And so that actually went to our winners for D5 at our X-Ball event. And so they're not like super cheap material. It's not like just, something you buy from Hobby Lobby and put together. They do really quality stuff there. It was amazing. I wanted to keep one for myself, but they kind of yanked it out of my hand when I gave it to him. So, but he does amazing work there. Nice terry cloth, strip on the inside, super comfortable. And then they tie very well too, right? So sometimes you get a headband, like you tie it and it kind of starts to slip off your head kind of situation. You don't run into that issue there. So shout out to High Stakes Paintball for sending us that information, or sending us those headbands. And I'll shoot them a shout out on Instagram so you can see the quality that they have and what we actually gave to our D5 guys. Last but not least, we've got OTB, or off the break paintball. Shout out to Brett. He's actually supplying these on 403 names. No glare, please. No glare. These are custom HTTPS head straps for your mask. And so these will go to our winners, along with the belts. So Brett does an amazing job. He does a lot of custom things, right? So he does, sorry for the barking. He does custom accessories. So he does, he can do a print on a tank. So if you send him a picture, he'll print it out, put it on the tank, and then he epoxies over it. So you have an actual custom tank on that situation, right? He does headbands, he does head straps. He's starting to do anodes and stuff like that. So reach out to him. It's OTB Paintball on Instagram. I'll shout him out too. Why is he barking like that? I'll shout him out too on Instagram. Do a post for them, but you know, everybody is trying to build their name in paintball, and we want to shout out those who are just getting in and or have been doing it for a long time. So you know, from there, if you have any questions, let me see here. I didn't talk about that. One second though, guys. Hey yo, can you stop? Thanks. Holy. Sorry, guys. So everybody's asking about the layout. I forgot about it. So we're doing a blind layout. The layout will be available digitally noon Saturday. So if you want to print it out, it'll be up on Facebook. It'll be up on Guns Up. So it'll be available digitally. And so the physical layout on both fields will probably be something along the same lines. So maybe nude on Saturday, maybe closer to 1, just so that we can kind of get both of them up and running, or we'll still be working on it kind of situation. And so it's a custom 3-man layout. It's not anything from any other league. So we got some custom things that we're trying to do for that. So again, blind layout, digitally available on Saturday. So you can do like printouts and call outs and stuff like that, or it'll be physically available on Texas Legends Paintball on Saturday noon 31-ish kind of situation. So sorry about that, guys. That's the only thing I didn't write in my notes. Blind layout. There you go. And so yeah, I mean, that being said, like the time that you have from registration in your first game, you'll have time to walk both fields to kind of see where the shots are, see what you want to call things and things like that. I think I'll actually have some laminated layouts printed if you want to get those as well too. So other than that, if there are any questions, go ahead and ask it now. Again, this will be up for a while. So if you have any additional questions, Facebook Messenger is probably the best thing to get us by. Let me say this number again, because I always forget it. But you can always email us. I'm pretty responsive with email. We have a text only number, text only, 832-409-7926. 832-409-7926. And you can message us on that, and we'll reply from there as well. So how much will paint be? Paint is $60 a box. That is cash or card. We take both. Rookie final on the same field. I'm still working out details on that, Bull. I will probably mm, probably probably rookie will be on the same field all day. But don't adhere me. Don't quote me. I might change it. Who knows? Maybe we'll do finals for everybody on the like D4 and D5. I'm sorry. D5 and rookie should end about the same time. So I might do them intertwined with each other for the finals. Like maybe we'll do third and fourth on the other field, and then we'll have the first and second winners play for first and second on the main field, say the outlaw anno field. So all right. We're pushing about 36 minutes, which is one of my personal bests. So if you don't have any more questions, I'm probably going to get off, figure out what my dog's yelling at someone for, and go from there. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Finals be on live on Facebook. I'm gonna we might have some video of it. I don't think it's gonna be what you're expecting. It's not like a live stream kind of situation. Um, so yeah, yeah. Live stream stuff is very, very hard to do. I commend and tip my hat off to anyone who is doing it. We want to continue to do it. It is very difficult logistically to get it done. So we're working to get that back, but that won't be an official like back in order thing this event. No. So anything else? Anything else? Bull, are you playing? Are you playing the event, Bull? Any unusual rule? I don't know how to answer that. Any unusual rule? Let me think. The only unusual rule is probably the one-on-ones instead of a tie for the during the prelim stuff. There aren't limited pods, but it's only 4 minutes, and 4 minutes goes by really quick, especially in a 3-man. So no limited pods. I mean, I can't foresee somebody taking like 12 pods on the field. It's kind of ridiculous. Unusual rule. You got me stumped on that one. I mean, it's the same. Everything else is pretty much the same. So, um, you know, minors will pull out you and another player, and then majors usually pull out you and the whole team. It's only a 3-man. So, majors are a very obvious hit. Like you've got to be trying to wipe, or you got shot in the face, and you ask a silly question like, "Did I get hit?" But usually you get into a bunker, and if you're not sure you got hit, or it's like I saw a lane while I was coming in kind of situation, then you can be in a position to ask a referee, the nearest referee, to come check you, and he'll come check you and call you out if needed. So make sure you have your chin straps and all of those good stuff, good things. Zach, that's not weird. It's not weird. We've been doing that since we've been doing 3-man. So it's just like old school capture the flag, basically. It's the center, it's a flag in the center, and you go grab it. It kind of adds a little bit of dynamic movement to the game as well. So, the snake guy goes in and he shoots 2 people in the back, but he forgets about one dude on the D side. The guy grabs the flag and he's able to go hang it before the guy notices, or something like that, right? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's weird. People have been doing it for years. With new technology, we have buzzers and stuff like that, but man. straps penalty or just pull player. So we will check upon entering the field. My referees will check upon entering the field, as they will also check, like, rate of fire and rate of fire and rate of fire and feet per second. Sorry, how fast you're shooting. I would say if it comes off during the game, it's gonna be more of a warning. I'm not a firm believer of affecting the game while it's happening, especially from a logistical standpoint. If it becomes a situation where, like, somebody's head, thing is like loose and coming off like that, my referees know to come in and say, okay, this guy's dead, pull him off the field, game keeps going, kind of situation, right? If his mask flies off, we'll stop the game, and then we'll start players back in their previous position, minus that player. He's dead at that point, right? But if it's like you go on and you keep forgetting to clip your chin strap, then I'll say, like, you can't go on the field until you clip your chin strap. And if you're late to the box, then that's on you. Um, yeah, and yeah. So I'm not saying we're gonna be lenient on it, but like if it for some reason like comes unclipped and like we can see it, like I'm not gonna pull you or give you a penalty because it came loose, kind of situation. So player is out if no strap on. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I mean, for insurance purposes, yes. If it comes loose, you know, just make sure it's on. How about that? Just make sure it's on. Put your chin strap on before you come on the field. Make sure everything's secure on your body, and we're good. That's fine. Also, your long sleeve shirts need to be tucked in to your pants and or your pod pack strap. So you can't have any like loose baggy clothes hanging over um your pod pack. Uh Dead man walking. Ha, that's funny. Um, so for those who might not know, dead man walking is pretending you are shot and literally walking down the field. And then people will see you and go, "Oh, well, he's dead. He's not a threat." And then he pulls his gun up and he shoots you. That is you can do that. I would suggest that if you see a player coming down the field and he's not out of bounds leaving, just shoot him one time. See what happens. Just once. Don't be murking this guy all the way off the field. But you'd be like, that guy look kind of sus. Just shoot him one time. It's fine. All right. Anything else? Anything else, Bull? Bull always keeps me on my toes. What else, Bull? What do we got? I'm gonna put this in the chat. Wear your chin straps all the time. There you go. Wear your chin straps all the time. We'll go over the out of bounds on both fields for during the captains meeting. They are clearly defined, but we'll have to go over them because the 3-man layouts tend to be skinnier and smaller. The if I'm not mistaken, it's 110 by 120 or something like that, or 100 by 20. And so we shove everything in 20 feet. And so that first 10 on each side tends to be the out of bounds. So we'll talk about that. Anything else? Anything else? All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. It's been 45 minutes, so I can let people go. Don't want this to be too long, so if anybody wants to watch it, they don't have to. I don't know how to clip stuff. You can clip stuff if you want. Also, whatever them things are, timestamps. That's what they call it. So, I'm gonna head out. Reach out to me. I'll be available, of course, up to and during the event, and then we'll go from there. So, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you guys showing support. And so I'm gonna head out. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys Sunday.